Tune in if you want to hear. So we have Chad, Josh, Dmitri, and Marcus every Friday.
It's the Square Round Table.
Tune in.
It's the Square Round Table podcast. Let's have a blast. I know at work you had a long day. Just relax and tune in.
All right, welcome back, our Freaks and Geeks. It's been a while. We've been on a hiatus for a little bit, coming in and coming out. But me and Marcus got a great podcast in store for you. We're doing a review of the first 3 episodes of the X-Men 97 animated series. And let me say, it's already great.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I was nervous about this at first because I was like, every time they do something like this, it's either good or bad, or either they do too much and they mess up a good memory. And I didn't want a good memory to be messed up, but they knocked it out of the park with this.
They really did. The first 2 episodes, they dropped those, and I already knew when Marvel drops 2 episodes back to back, you already know it's about to be some good stuff, because Marvel don't be dropping back to back episodes like that unless it's like real good. They'll take 1 episode per week and they'll milk it for a good minute, which is fine. Builds anticipation for the next episode. I understand how it works. But I just like that in the opening is changed, I want to say like twice. Right? I think it changed after episode, it might have been episode 2 or maybe episode. I think I probably noticed in episode 3 where Magneto was like officially a part of the opening. Like in the beginning, like he showed up and was like X, and I was like, okay. But yeah, that first episode was really good. It picked up like pretty much. I feel like it picked up like right around where we
say that. It almost feels we didn't miss what. That was what, 90, when was the last season? 95, 96?
Yeah, 95, 96.
25, 26 years. It felt like it hasn't been 26 years. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
Demetrius, that's crazy, bro. When you really think about it.
It is, because like, that much time went by. And like I remember telling you guys in the group chat after I finished like the first one, I was like, it's like the animated series never left, was what I quoted, because like we get right back from like Charles, death and stuff like that, and how the group is split up and doing their own kind of thing. And then like Scott, by the way, Scott was on point for the last 3, but like he was on point because let me tell you one thing. He was not, like, as they said, I was watching a review and they said my boy was not taking no shit for nobody in those.
Nobody. Scott was like, Wolverine, sit your ass down and do what I say.
No, he said, cry me a river, and then flashed his little eyes to like let him know like he was about to light him up a little bit. I was like, you know what? Or when he was giving the Marvel vs. Capcom 2 combos on the henchman.
Dude, I was like, somebody did their homework on Cyclops, man. And I'm glad they did that with Cyclops, because they almost always nerf him as far as like his personality. And they make him like corny. And it's bro, like he's not, he's like the typical upscale Boy Scout, but at the same time, like he's a great leader. Like he led the X-Men for a long time.
He really
so it's
did.
like we never really got to see it in like live action, in the animated series. Yeah.
Fox did him so damn dirty.
Yeah. Oh man. I was so upset with how they handle him, but that's another podcast for another day.
Oh no, we can wrap that up when we finish the whole theory. We can come back around and talk about that. But continue.
But yeah, so like I was saying with him, it's refreshing to see, because even in the other animated series, they still gave him like the backseat to Wolverine. Like we had Wolverine in the X-Men. What happened with Cyclops in that? He leads the X-Men. What happens in X-Men Evolution? Cyclops is young, so he's not really ready to lead the team. So Wolverine comes in and they put the focal point on him. So it's like all the animated versions of him have been like played down. So when I saw my boy jump out when the X when he got like dismantled, and my boy was like, all right, everybody good? Did you catch them? You caught them? Okay, everybody
on the ground.
He's like, all right, never mind. I'm good. And bruh,
I'm glad they got his power, because like they be hitting him they be thinking that it's like a laser beam or whatever. It
disintegrates you if he wants to, bro.
Yeah, it can literally put Wolverine on his adamantium on its heels, because he can go through that with that power. But I just can't give him a hero landing, because here's the thing. He hopped out the plane, hit Sentinel 1, 2, and then was chilling in the air. And after
I was
everybody
like,
was like, you
yes,
know what? Yeah, I was like, they did
yeah,
him so good.
and
Also,
it can,
like when he was using his blast to move around the room, like
yes,
that
bro.
was huge,
Like when he'll throw a combo and then he'll to move out the way. I'm like,
right?
bro, I want like now I want an X-Men game because I want to
I
do those
do.
moves now. I want an
Hmm.
X-Men game now. So like
Get on it,
whoever the
Marvel.
Marvel make the Marvel games, I know it's a Wolverine game coming out, but I want an X-Men game because
Yeah, just drop an X-Men game for us real quick,
uh,
because when I tell you, my dude, because it was a callback to the original where like he took off his visor and he was like, "No, don't do this," and then he was like, "Just kidding," and blasted my dude. I was
yes,
like,
bro,
"Yeah, that callback was
yes.
so great." I was
Because
like, "Yeah,
he did it with a
didn't
sentinel.
know,
He's not.
nah, just blasted." I was like, "Okay,
Dude.
Scott."
And what about the basically like the Ku Klux Klan of of the X-Men in the series coming back to being like the first few episodes? What is it, Friends of
The
something, whatever they are? Yeah, they
I forget.
basically like the version of the clan because they hate mutants and like they using
Hmm.
Sentinel technology. Like, I'm gonna tell you this: the more as the years go on and as X-Men stay around, the more that they push into like that like modern civil rights kind of thing,
Hmm.
and
Yeah.
they really like touch on certain subjects, and it's crazy because they're really an allegory for it, and it's almost as I know as me and you as minorities and stuff, we definitely can relate to the things we see in that show, and that's why I've
Oh yeah.
always loved the X-Men because I can relate to them. I know how I
Yeah.
feel for
No,
people not to like you because you different, you
the
know.
craziest thing is like looking at, because when I was younger, I didn't really understand. I mean, I understood like Beast's character, but as an adult, like understanding like he cannot
Mm-hmm.
blend in, because a lot of the other X-Men can actually like they can just you wouldn't know until they like spark up their power. Though the Beast
Mm-hmm.
is literally he's full mutant all the time, and that's a whole different
Mm-hmm.
perspective and stuff like that. But I'll say one thing: Morph is becoming like one of a fan favorite because he just be
Dude,
yeah
because
he
I'm gonna tell
yeah
you
go
why
ahead.
I like Morph because he ain't like Mystique. Like when Mystique turns to somebody, she just takes on like their look, personality, voice. This dude Morph, he can like actually take on their powers. Like when he turned
That's
into
what I was thinking.
Psylocke
Colossus, yeah,
and
Psylocke,
Colossus, I was
Colossus,
like, dude,
yeah.
I was like, oh,
Or
I
we
was like,
turn into
that's how
like
you do
the
it.
Blob or Sabretooth,
Archangel, he was
Archangel,
Archangel,
yeah.
yes, bro,
He was
yes.
what's his name? Mastic, or I forget how they say her name, but it's the one with the magic sword thing, and she had like a crown in the third episode when like
Oh
yeah,
yeah, and she has all the arms.
I
I know
forget
who
how
you
to say her
talking
name,
about.
but yeah, that was yeah, he's becoming
And
a fan
didn't
favorite.
he turn into Lady Deathstroke?
He did, yeah.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah,
Yeah, he's
yeah,
good. The really all of them. Wolverine, he need to shut the fuck up sometimes. I'm
yeah.
sorry.
I'm gonna tell you this: Wolverine and Gambit are annoying. They're very
Gambit's not too
well.
bad for me.
Not in
But
this. In the
Wolverine,
older one, yeah, Gambit was more annoying. But in
yeah.
this, Gambit is he definitely. But Wolverine, and I'm a Wolverine fan, but I be
Yeah.
wanting to punch Wolverine. I was like, dude, stop hating, man.
Cause he like
Like,
on the jet, he wanted to talk to Smith to Scott when he was just leaving. I'm like, bro, chill out.
bro, he took your girl, married her, and got her pregnant. Get over
Here's
it,
the crazy part about it. She ain't even his girl, cause she
bro.
never even liked
Exactly.
him like that.
Exactly.
So he's just a third wheel. And see, here's the thing. I was watching some content and somebody was talking about it. And they were talking about the photo of him looking at Jean
Oh
and Scott.
yeah.
And I'm just like, now it makes more sense because he's
Hmm.
outside of the whole thing. And even when she lost
Yes.
her memory in the third episode, or she couldn't remember, he helped her out. And she immediately was like, Scott. I was like,
Yep.
dang, bro. I
Yep.
was like, you can't even win. You can't get no win.
You can't get
You
none. You
can't
taking
get no
L's, my
win.
boy. You are
Taking
taking
straight
L. You
L's.
know
But
what
like,
though?
yeah.
I think they miss. I think they miss an opportunity every time when they go with that storyline. Like I'm cool with it in like the beginning, like when you're
Yeah.
doing a new, like when you're introducing the characters and you go with that storyline. But dude, I really think they should lean towards the Wolverine and Storm relationship, bro.
Yeah.
It
To
could
it.
work really good
Yeah.
because we don't know if it's gonna be if they're gonna hit like Black Panther anything. So it's like if you don't let that man move on from Gene, because I'm like so tired of him crying over Gene. Like, bro, you are a
Man, like at
grown
this point,
man, and you
right?
like 100. You like what 90, 100 years
150,
old, and you
a
still
good
crying about
150.
it. Bro, come on.
Come on, dude. Like, here's my thing. Like, listen, Wolverine needs to literally either square up with Scott and just put the one to the one done and get it done and be done with it, or move on. You got to get
That's
that
the
off
only
your
two
chest. Because I'm thinking, here's the thing. Here's the thing. When he's at Crimea River and Flash, I said, you should just hit him with a little
Do it.
beam. Just hit him with
Do it.
hit him with a little beam. Let him know where you're at.
Just melt a little bit of his face off just to show him.
Because he don't know Scott like that. He thinks Scott ain't about that life. And I'm like, Scott
he
will beat
is.
your ass.
He is. He about that life.
Because here's the thing. Like here's the thing. You need somebody to protect you to come grab you out of the sky or whatever. Scott was like, you know what? I can do something. I'm that good. I'm clean. I'm nice with it. And I got 2 girls with telepathy powers and a kid.
Yeah, and it's interesting because like with the first two, first of all, the first 2 episodes were very good because it's almost like they were intro catch up, like introduction catch up, because they were introducing us to a couple of new characters that people probably didn't see in the series, and at the same time, like getting people who never watched it, like with the story, it like flowed because you know how sometimes you take a hiatus and you come back and it doesn't feel like it's still the same story. Like it still feels like it's the same story.
Exactly.
And, you know, they even reference back to what happened. They give you hints. They talk about it. Like I love that because it's like, hey, a lot of us are adults now. We either didn't have the time to go back and watch it. We might have started back watching it, didn't finish it, or we might have just totally forgot what happened. And it's good that you did because a lot of us don't have time. So it's okay. This is good because we can watch the first episode and they give us a recap, and then we're like, okay, I remember that. Boom, let's go. And you get right into the action. Right into the action.
The one thing I liked about this show is the Easter eggs everywhere. Like in the first scene, they had like them back before Beast became like blue, you know, and stuff like that. Like the OG team.
Yeah, the OG and the costumes too in the picture.
Yeah, and the costumes. And I was like, that's cool.
You know what? Cool nod. You know what? Because they did that, I want Iceman now. Like I want to see what Bobby's been up to.
I feel like he'll be in there. I feel like he'll show up. I feel like with all out of the cameos, they won't just be like Spider-Man. There'll be like cameos from.
They definitely dropping Spider-Man in there because they probably gonna do that to set up like his show coming back. I feel like that'll be
hey man, a Spider-Man '90s revive. Give it to me. Yeah. I'll take it because I love the '98.
They purposely flashed the Daily Bugle going across the screen like a newspaper, and I'm like, bro, they not just gonna show the Daily Bugle because they could have did New York Times or anything, you know, a fake New York newspaper or anything, but they chose to do the Daily Bugle. So we all know that Peter Parker is somewhere, you know, not far, and he will.
He's somewhere hanging out with somebody.
Even though in the comics he's very racist to mutants because he's.
I was about to bring that up because they did an animated series. Remember the animated series? They dropped that scene where he was like, "I'm not a mutant." I was like, here's the thing. I remember seeing it and I paused it because I rewatched it and I was like, dude, you got super strength and you can stick the wall. Dude, come on. Like the only reason you're not a mutant is because you wasn't born.
Exactly. But when those Sentinels come out, they gonna blast.
They taking everybody. I'm just like, that's why I was like, Spider-Man, come on, man. Come on. You're not Captain America. Come on, dude. Captain America, I feel like I expect a little bit of that because he didn't even know mutants back in the day. You know, he's not cultured. You don't know. But the thing that I liked Magneto's speech in the episode 2, like his speech
was that not like Malcolm X level? Like
it was.
I'm like, yo, a black dude wrote this. A black dude wrote this because boy, he was basically like, hey, y'all try to act like y'all just this great species on this planet, and y'all do this and y'all do that, but y'all sitting here, you know, basically looking down on us and won't accept us when we've helped you multiple times.
He's like the X-Men have used their cool powers or amazing powers, or whatever he said, to help you guys, and you still don't want them.
And look at what happens. Dude, and then they hurt my heart when they zapped my girl, bro.
Yeah,
It hurt my heart. It
he
hurt my
said,
heart.
"Don't let me let." He said, "Don't let me let you down," or something like that, or drop you, or something like that. When he picked them all up in the air and was like, and he pretty much said, "I'm trying to be a better man." Because if before Charles
Old
died, I would have
Magneto,
chopped you. I
bruh.
would have
I
chopped
was like,
you.
old Magneto would have been like, "All right, bye." And it
That's
was so
why he was. Yeah, but
it's so cool to see that growth in Magneto because that just shows you the respect and the love that he has for Charles because he really could have like totally been like, nah, I'm gonna still do what I'm doing. But he was like, because my friend who died fighting for this cause left me with this and asked me to do this, I'm gonna honor him and become a better person. And that's
exactly.
what people don't understand about Magneto that separates him as a villain from other villains. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's a villain in a sense to where he'll fight against humans and he'll do some messed up stuff as far as with the X-Men.
yeah,
But at the same time, him and Charles were once in it together. That's always
yeah,
been the story. So it's always he's really just a version of Charles that's not finna coincide with the human race because he knows how they are at the end of the day. He's not trying to get
yeah,
them. He gives them one chance. He's okay. That's it. I tried your way, Charles. Now I'm going my way. But it's cool to see him come back, and it's cool to see like how they show this like his true power, dude.
yeah. Like he was going.
Dude,
Like I'll say one thing is the one thing is they got all the powers right. They got Bishop right. Storm. When Storm showed up, because we hadn't seen Storm for a while in the first when they dropped down, we were like, okay, Storm's not here. What's going on? And Cyclops was like, I forget what he said exactly. We said bring the forecast, and like you said, they said
dude.
Omega level threat,
Omega
and
level. I
she
was like,
just
that's right.
clean shot,
I was sitting there. That's right. Omega level. You better put some respect on my
put some
girl.
respect on
Hey,
her
man.
name, right?
That's a, man. They doing. Look, they doing everybody justice,
They
and
really
they
are,
doing
because
it right,
like Bishop on episode 3, he was going
dude.
off. They
What about
right?
when he went like full Super Saiyan when Cyclops hit him with the
That's what I
blast,
was about to say. When he hit him with the
dude?
blast, and he was like,
I
that was
was like,
good. That was so cool.
yo, hey man, I'm.
But
I don't think it was anything that was wrong with it. I think everything was good.
no, like I think
Like,
the themes, like I say, when we go back to the Magneto stuff, and like how he like literally, because when they were storming the crowd, the court or whatever like that, and they were like, "Why are they coming here?" It's like, because you gave a monster a trial, and I was like, "Ooh." I was like,
mm-hmm,
"Ooh." That when he said that, I was like, "Ooh, that was nice." But now you are a traitor to your own people. Pretty much
mm-hmm,
like, welcome to my world. Like, welcome
mm-hmm.
to where we are. And then I like the idea or I like the conversation that Jean or the clone Jean had with Storm and like how, wanting to be human and what that meant. What she was trying to say is like, how are we going to teach discrimination to our kid? When Storm pretty
Yes.
much saying, I got this cool family because I'm different. And I got these
Mm-hmm.
cool things because I'm different. I thought about it, but I'd rather be this. And that's why it was so hard at the end of the second episode because they set it up. We just over our head a little bit, but they set it up, and I'm glad in episode 3 she's gonna come back with her powers. I was like, they're not gonna
Definitely.
sideline her, but
And I like how they slid Forge in there, like they smoothly
yeah,
slid Forge in there. He's hey Storm. Would be fortunate if somebody could end this drought. I was like,
right,
okay. Okay, I was like, that's good writing right there. That's good
right.
writing.
Dude, they were able to sum up the entire arc of the clone Gene in like one
Dude, it's
episode.
I totally forgot about that in the comics because
Mm-hmm.
watched videos on it. And I was like, oh
Yeah,
yeah, that's right. She did get cloned by what's his name?
Mr. Sinister.
Mr. Sinister. Oh, and I can't stand his ass, bro. But
He
that's a
is
good
so
thing. Cause
yeah.
that's a good feeling when you can't stand
He's
like,
like
oh my
a
god.
he's like a cockroach. You don't die, man. Like,
Bruh, go away, man.
he
Leave
just
us
be showing
alone.
up, man. He just
Look at
be
his creepy self. He really is a creep, bruh. He's
he
creepy as
really is.
hell.
Cause I just like the horror aspect of that episode. That was like just seeing
Dude,
what she could do with an
dude.
untapped gene without the because our gene, she do a little bit of power stuff. She passing out for a good couple hours. This one was like,
Exactly. She
this
keep
one was
going. She
she
ain't
was like,
stopping, bruh.
I'm creating all this stuff in my mind. You're gonna see it. We have demons and lava and
Gold,
earthquakes and
Bruh, she was full power. Chad probably would have loved that. That
Oh
whole
yeah,
little thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. Which, like, besides Wolverine and possibly Gambit, which Gambit's all right. Which character which X-Men did you not, or you don't like in general? Like, not outside of the series. Are there any of the X-Men that were on the screen that you're just like, I don't want them there?
I think everybody is fine,
Hmm.
but I think I think they like sidelining Rogue a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
and Jubilee. I get why Jubilee is there because she's supposed to be like the appeal to the younger
Yeah.
generation, but she's like the youngest on the team. But sometimes I just be like, bro, Jubilee is just there. But I say that to say this. I hope they're giving her like her own like story arc when the way they're
Agreed.
setting it up with her and Sunspot,
Yeah.
because that would be cool because originally she was just always the youngest on the team, so she couldn't go on certain missions and
Mm-hmm.
this and that. And you know, of course, like her powers aren't like the greatest, most threatening powers, but it's hey, she does her part. You
She's got like a tier down of Gambit shit.
That's
It's like a
exactly what
tier.
it
It's a
is.
tier down. It's like right below that. I guess she could obviously get better, and maybe that will open up potential. But like right now, she's not.
Yeah,
She's
but I
doing stuff
never.
to like. She's doing stuff to like henchmen. She's not doing stuff to Sentinel. You know.
Yeah,
But can we talk about that Gambit Wolverine combo? Because I like
yo,
that. When I saw the trailer, I was like, I'm gonna like that. I'm gonna
I
like
was
that.
like, I need to see that. I was like, I need to see that in every iteration of the X Men. I don't care what it is.
Exactly.
I need that combo. Just I love the one with him and Colossus, where Colossus just basically throw him
Yeah, he
like
just
a
throws him like a
football.
yeah,
Yeah, but yeah, bro,
but
it is what's crazy.
yeah.
I've never really. I know people will probably get on me about this, but I've never really been a Jubilee fan because it's
Just
just
there. That's the
she's
problem,
always just
kind of.
there.
She's just
Yeah.
there. And she had a story arc in the original, but I don't really remember too much. But like for the
Hmm.
most of the series, she was just like there, from what I remember.
Yeah.
And I
And
feel
then
like, go ahead.
with Rogue, it's almost like I don't know what they're doing, what they're gonna do with her yet. It seems like she's a part of the team, but I don't know what they're gonna do. I
I
seen
think they,
the whole Magneto thing they was setting up.
yeah, I think they're setting it up for a love triangle instead of with Jean and Cyclops and
I was like, here we go, another
Wolverine.
love
It's
triangle.
gonna be Magneto who can touch her, which is an appeal,
Yeah,
and Gambit he can't do nothing. Like
he can't help give her what she wants.
I respect it, but Gambit, like, at what point are you gonna be like, I don't know. I get it, but I don't. I'm just like, you can't
Yeah,
do anything. So it's a love that you can't explore. It's very
yeah,
just the fact that we love each other, but we can't touch is what's holding it together. But
yeah.
Magneto can actually touch her. And that
Hmm.
was something I was just like, I gotta figure out how that works. But like,
Bro,
you know?
so you ain't the only one. Cause I was like, hey, y'all gotta explain this to me. Cause I just got some godlike magnetic powers. I need to know how this working
Because
right
yeah, because like if she touch you, it's supposed to take the powers away. That's how her
now.
thing
And
works.
it
That's
didn't take
why it
any
works. That's why it works with Gambit and stuff with the relationship. That's why it's will they or not will they won't they. It's just pretty much them in a relationship is because the one thing that's making it an appealing, I guess it's appealing to some people, is the fact that they can't touch but they love each other. It's a will it's not even a will they won't they, but in the same regard of that kind of tension of they can never do this, but it'll always be this whatever that works. But Magneto, I'm just like, unless you got like some invisible glove that protects you from touching her and we just can't
bro.
perceive it, or
Somebody
you're
gotta
using
explain.
magnetism around your hand to
I
not
gotta
actually touch her,
I gotta know. I
I
gotta
don't
know.
know.
I'm one of those. I guess it's a science thing, a magnetic force or field, or I
I
don't know.
think it could be
I'm not
because
gonna try to sit here and act like I can figure it out.
I can't, but like I said, comics, right? We're just gonna say comics
There you
explain
go.
it.
That's the
It's
answer
a
they're
comic.
looking
It's a comic. Don't think too literal about it. It works that way because the writers wanted it to work that way. Just the writers wanted a clone of Jean for some reason. I guess it's understanding because Mr. Sinister was like, I'm trying to create an invincible person. and Jean and Cyclops are the only people in the X-Men squad that are the best candidates. I'm like, dude, you got Magneto, Rogue, two people that are just crazy strong. You want to
Yeah, like
invincible creature.
I'm cloning Magneto and Storm off the rip,
That's what I'm saying. Like, you got so many different people.
and
Storm's
Professor
good.
Xavier. Like I'm cloning the 3 top like people off the rip, and then Jean.
Exactly.
Like
Yeah.
them my 4
And
right
then,
there.
because Jean is the current Jean that we see in the show. I won't say comics because there's probably a comic book version of her where she's just broken. But
Yeah.
she's a tear down of Professor Xavier.
Mm-hmm.
Professor Xavier has a better control of his powers, obviously, because he's older, of course. But and he don't got his trauma isn't related to a death of his friends. No, it's not. Actually, I'm lying. It's not. I don't know. Mr. Sinister did that because the writers wanted him to take Jean. Like,
Yep.
that was it. Because I mean, I guess you could say that Jean had the Phoenix Force, and that might have been a potential reason for why he really wanted her because of that potential of her. But the Phoenix Force can go in everybody. Like Cyclops had it for once, for a little bit. So I don't know. I just think they just wanted to clone a Jean, and they wanted a reason to get Cable into the world without using the regular Jean.
Yeah, I think that's why they did it too.
And it's okay because I like the Cable story. Cable story, it's cool. It's legit. It works. It makes his character a lot better. Comes from the future. Does. He's got techno half, and then he's got his mother's gift and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's cool. The other thing I didn't understand about the episode, it bugged me a little bit, is Cyclops was like, I don't want to abandon my kid, and then immediately abandons his kid.
It's like, dude, you contradicted yourself. If you didn't want to abandon him, you would have just not kidnapped him, but taken him or not give him away. Or you could have swapped places with like you could have did something to not abandon him, but
or even this, you could have just sent him off. You could have been some Kal-El stuff and been there with the mother to send him off to the future. But he just
he wasn't even there.
I don't want to be here.
He's like, I'm not being a part of it.
My dad abandoned me. I'm not gonna do it. Immediately abandons his son. Leaves the Jean to psychic, psychic all this information to him and stuff like that. Leaves Jean to do all that stuff. And I'm just like, Cyclops, you lost a point for that because that made no sense. That made no sense at all. Because it's okay. Like I say, Cyclops ain't perfect. He's
not. But I think
he got trauma.
Because with his dad. But I think Cyclops has slowly become one of my favorites, and he didn't use it. It's not he never, but I didn't used to always have him up there.
Yeah,
because of how they treated, how they like portrayed him and stuff.
Exactly.
But dude, he is definitely coming back over to this side. Now, going back to that question you asked me with who I don't really like right now.
Yeah.
And I thought I had to think about it. It's not Jubilee. It's not Rogue.
Okay.
It's Wolverine.
I said excluding Wolverine. I was trying to get it better because I knew you don't like Wolverine. Yeah, and I know you don't like Wolverine, and that's why I was like excluding Wolverine. Like, anybody else outside of that?
I think it's just him, bro. I really do, and it's crazy because I'm a Wolverine fan, bro.
Wolverine is cool,
but
in small doses.
He is annoying, bro.
In small doses, he's great. But small, little, tiny doses, he's great. But when he gets a little bit too much screen time, like in episode 2, or is it episode 1? I think it was episode 2 where he where he was just like, Jean was like, it's coming. He's Apocalypse. I'm like, no, dude, the baby. What are we?
I was like, really, bro?
And that's why I like when Morph be fucking with him. Like he be just fucking.
Morph really do be fucking.
He be fucking with everybody.
When he turned into Jean and she was pregnant and they was like in that little club, I was like, dude, you have no filter, Morph.
You were diabolical, bro. No, the one that got me is when Gambit was outside of the danger room and he kept clicking to show that Rogue and Magneto had the room and he just looked at him and kept doing it. I was like, you giving him hell, boy.
I love it. I love when
I love that. Yeah, I love that shit.
For no reason. He's playing his role. That's his role.
He's becoming. He's not been. I never disliked him, but he's becoming one of my favorites. Him and Cyclops. I've always liked Storm, but it's Beast is becoming. When he took control of that Sentinel, I was like, yeah,
Oh,
you
that
my
was
favorite now.
that was OG right there. That was an OG move. He's man, I'm smart. I'm gonna show y'all how smart.
He
But
ripped
get,
the stuff out and
but
just got in there.
who
You
messes
know,
it up and
Wolverine.
knocks him out because he's doing some dumb shit? Wolverine. I'm like, bruh, here you come with your dumb ass and get kicked out of somewhere and knock him out when he was like going ham with the
He was
Sentinel.
going in. He ripped the guts out the center and got in there and was saying, "This is involuntary friendship." And I was like, "Yeah, it is." And started bopping. And then he took down the Master Mold, which of course he did. But man, that the way they made him look in episode 3, the Sentinels in episode 3 when it came out and it had the horns, I was like, dude, they kind of need to make one of those, to be honest. Like that should look cool. It was terrifying, but it was cool as
I
hell.
loved it. Yeah, it looked so
Yeah.
dope. Yeah.
No,
How do you feel about the animation?
Oh, I like it.
Was
Like
it smooth?
it
Yeah.
was smooth for me. Like I didn't. It took me a second to get adjusted because I saw the trailer, the Sentinel trailer that you were sent through, and I watched it. And I'm like, I like it though. It's as they said, it's like what if? It's like the what if animation, but it works because it cleans up a lot of the colors and the animation and the quality, and it gives them more facial expressions. And they were able to like make a lot more alteration to the costumes and stuff like that they wore, personalize them. So I liked it. The action was great. The story, the writing is amazing. You know, that, like I told you, episode 3 was a banger. It was for sure a banger.
It feels like I'm reading the comic books when I'm watching it. And that's what I love about any kind of show that's coming from like a comic book property. Like I want to feel like I'm reading the comic book, even if it's not the exact same storyline. I want to feel like that these characters literally came off of the page.
You want a comic book feel of the story, and you want it to feel like the story could be seen in like a comic book. Like it just feels like it can't. You like took it from a page and you altered it a little bit because you had to alter shit, but it feels like a comic, and that's what the X-Men series is, and that's what the Spider-Man series is. They gonna do it. You need to do it for sure. I want it.
I want Spider-Man, and then I want Black Panther.
Hell yeah!
I know I'm asking for too much with Black Panther.
You're asking for a lot with that. But we need to see it though. I would love to see an animated Black Panther, especially like the Black Panther from that show when he showed up in the
Fantastic Four. And if they do it, I need Keith David back as Black Panther.
Yeah,
that's the only way I'll accept it.
Agreed.
Keith David gotta do it.
Yeah.
So y'all, I know somebody gonna see it, hear this, put it out in the universe. Keith David is the only person who can come back and do a Black Panther in this universe.
Yes.
This universe. So.
Yes. Agreed. Yes. 100%. Let me ask you. I asked you off stream, but I'm gonna ask it off stream because you know the answer already. X-Men or Avengers?
X-Men.
So
I don't care
Avengers...
who says what or who has who. And I love a lot of people on the Avengers, but the X-Men will own the Avengers. Oh, but they got Thor. He's a god. So what? We got Storm.
And she controls like the all weather. She controls natural phenomena. So as I said, he's a conduit of lightning. She controls that thing. Like he uses the hammer to get that shit out. She can just go.
She can snap her fingers and just have a lightning bolt strike.
Oh, let me ask you another question: Cyclops or Captain America in a fight?
Bro, that's tough.
Yeah,
they both got them hands. Now, if it's like hand to hand, that's tough because they both got the hands. But if Scott just really want to, he can just take them out. But they both got that same goal of like motive.
Yeah.
So oh man, that would be a good fight.
It would be.
Who will win? I don't know.
I don't want to put it on. I want to put it on Cyclops. It's not like landslide, but I want to give it.
Yeah, because it's like Cap ain't no hoe, man. Because I can see Captain America do some shit. Because they say his real power is how he can like do the math of how to throw this shit. Like I can see him like figuring out how to block that optic glass somehow when he throws the shield and it'll hit Scott. Like it'll be a good.
It'll be a good.
Like
fight.
you said,
get on that.
Whoever, if it's Scott, it's like by this much, bro.
Yeah, and if it's Cap, it's the same way. Like I feel like it's the same way either way. Like I feel like a better fight for I don't even know because here's the thing, like I know if we're talking Thor and Storm, it's Storm easily.
Yes,
We're not
it's
gonna have a
Storm easily.
conversation. If we're okay, let me ask you a question: a clone Jean or Scarlet Witch? Untapped, broke House of M, Scarlet Witch.
That's another good one, bro.
Yeah, I'm throwing them out today.
That's another good one. If it's House of M Scarlet Witch though, whew. But you said
Right?
clone Jane. You
I
didn't say
said
regular
clone
Jane.
because I know regular Jean will get folded.
Boy, that'll be some fucked up shit. Like they'll probably create like an illusion that'll just have you like shitting bricks or something. Cause just imagine that fight, bro.
That'd be a
Man.
fight, man. I got another one for you that maybe will top that one.
What's
Juggernaut
up?
or Hulk?
It's the Hulk, bro.
You giving it to
It's the
Hulk?
Hulk. Like I know Juggernaut is like a
Okay.
like stoppable force, and like his momentum is his power,
Yeah,
and he's magic. But damn, bro, the Hulk can like fucking punch a hole in the planet, bro.
that's true. I
Like,
mean,
dude,
the
if
strongest
he
feat that
if
Juggernaut had was being under a mountain, like holding up a
yeah,
mountain. So
I don't know, it'll be a good fight though. But I think Bruce would literally take the helmet and crush it with his head inside,
true.
like.
Yeah.
Cause he would get,
Yeah.
cause he would get so pissed that he's not stopping, and like he's punching him, and he keep going. He's just gonna be like, "Okay, I'll just crush your head inside of the damn helmet. I'm not even gonna waste my time to take it
I'm just
off."
gonna
And
no. He would just probably just clap real
yeah, I'm
loud,
just
real quick.
gonna
And
like
concussion. Wow. Okay,
yeah,
let me
but
ask you a question. Who would be a good opponent for Iron Man out of the X-Men? Like that would be
Iron
able to
Man.
keep because Iron Man is not a good fighter, to be frank. He just flies around, he shoots. He has a little bit of combat, but like I'm trying to find like a more fair match because I can't think of an X-Men that would not just destroy him. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But he gets into
everybody.
all these different armors though. So
Everybody would do good. It's funny because I immediately thought about Magneto would just crush him.
like a soda can.
He might as well just go on back to the Avengers Tower because he is really a liability in that fight. Like he could just be the eyes in the sky or something because he ain't doing shit in that fight, bro. I'm sorry. Like you
I
said,
mean, yeah.
it's every X Man can own him, bro. Like even the weakest one, like even Jubilee could probably fuck him up. Like
Oh man, because I'm trying to think of like an X-Men that like Toad could probably beat Toad. Winter Soldier and they tag team this. I can't even use that as an example because I would say
yeah,
Winter
they
Soldier
did.
and Captain America, but they tag team. So I don't even want
They
to. I
did
don't even want to
tag
consider
team.
that as a point because I don't know. Okay, I know Cable will destroy the Winter Soldier. I'm not
Yeah,
even gonna put that
Cable
out
would
there.
destroy. Yeah, Cable would destroy Bucky, bro.
Yeah, and Bishop would just be soloing pretty much. Bishop would solo a lot of them besides the Hulk, and probably
Yeah.
Thor. I don't know. Thor might give him a little bit of a run, depending on
Man,
how
and
his absorption is. You know,
tell Hawkeye to just go home, bro.
dude, Hawkeye, man, Hawkeye. Yeah, Hawkeye should stay at the crib. Ant-Man too. Keep both
Yeah,
their
y'all,
asses at the fucking crib because they there
y'all
with
just
Iron
go
Man because they're
home,
not
bro.
doing nothing. Okay, dang, we
Black
gotta find somewhere.
Widow, Black
Black Widow ain't
Widow.
doing shit. Ain't doing shit.
Because honestly, Black Widow, she not a part of the X Men, but like Mystique will whoop Black Widow's ass.
I was about to say. I was thinking Mystique exactly when you said that. I was like, Mystique would whoop that ass.
Yeah, they
So
really none of them can hold a
can
candle to
hang
him.
because I'm
The
trying to
only
think.
person who probably could put up a good fight is Spider Man.
Yeah, I think Spider-Man versus Wolverine would be a good fight
Yeah, that would be
because
tough.
because
I would like to see Wolverine versus T'Challa. That would be cool.
that'd be a good ass fight because we're talking. T'Challa with the because if we talking T'Challa with the movie armor, like the one that like does the damage the absorption thing, Wolverine got a prayer, man, because that shit gonna stack up, ain't gonna knock him on his ass, but Wolverine can go berserker.
Either
So I
way,
don't know. It's
the
gonna be a
X
good
Men
fight.
win.
Anyway, yeah,
The
like
X Men win either way.
and here and in the comment section below, if you have a team that can beat the X-Men like one-on-one, put it down there. I'm curious because I honestly I think the X-Men are just way too stacked. I don't know.
Yeah.
I never got to read the X-Men versus Avengers like storyline, but that wasn't like the X-Men were just probably just
Yeah.
taking it easy. Because
Now I'll say if it's a team that could get close to, I'll say the Justice League before I say the Avengers.
hell yeah,
Yeah.
Justice League got
Uh,
gods, man.
yeah.
They got
So
godlike people, man. They ain't
yeah, I'll say the Justice League before I say them because the Avengers half of the Avengers are just regular people.
true. I think a fight that would be interesting would be Pyro versus the Human Torch to see who can.
Oh yeah.
Because if we're talking movie Pyro, he got to use that little lighter thing. That
His that was so whack. So whack. He was whack.
Oh man, they
He was
nerfed him
whack.
so bad, boy.
Yeah, he was whack in the movies. Like
Cause
that's a
yeah,
podcast for a whole nother
that
day.
is a
Like
whole nother part.
we can really go in on that. He was whack.
Yeah, because here's my thing: there is not too many Avengers that are really fucking with the weakest level of the mutants.
No, nobody, bro. Nobody.
I'm trying to think, man, because I feel like Gambit could put a
The
couple on a
bro,
t-shirt.
the fact that they had to go take two mutants to be a part of their crew should tell you something. They went and got
Right?
Quicksilver and Wanda.
They got
So
they had to go get some X. Are they mutant? No, they're mutants. No, they're not mutants. They are mutants, but they're not. I mean,
if we
story wise,
going,
they're not mutants, but
yeah,
they are
but
mutants.
who? How?
Yeah,
As far as we know, because they might go and retcon it in the next movie and say, "Oh, they've been mutants all along."
and they'll probably bring
Just
back
being
Quicksilver because they did him dirty. They did him so
they
damn dirty.
did. That was the worst death ever.
That was that was probably the worst death.
You didn't see that coming. Like
I'm
really,
like, dude, you were faster than those bullets, even if you were like taking your time.
that's why I
Like,
like
I'll say,
Quicksilver, the other version of
yeah, the
Quicksilver.
one in the Future Past timeline, the one that
Hmm.
like slows down stuff. That's why I didn't like the Scarlet Witch show, because they brought him there to not use him like that.
Hmm.
Because then they
But
brought him
you
to
know,
tease it, and I was like, yeah, that's a whole nother. We already talked about that podcast. We already talked about that show.
yeah,
I'm not
we
going
went
there.
down that road.
Yeah, we went down that road for sure, but I don't think. Damn, the X-Men are just way too fucking stacked. And this is
Yeah.
another point of Magneto's. Like Magneto said to them, he was like, if we wanted to, we could just rule this place. We really could if we wanted to. And that's what
That's the
and that's the thing that the crux about the show is like the humans fear the mutants because of the fact that they have powers, and that the fact that they feel like they're not the superior evolutionary thing. And here's the thing, as they said, and it's the concept, and yes, and the concept is like humans will fear what they don't understand and use any means to rationalize that fear. That's what the crux of really Magneto's speech really was. Is you fear us because we have power,
man.
and you use all of these different things to rationalize that.
Look, man. I was finna stand up like this when he was saying that. I was finna throw up one of these,
Because
man.
he threw everybody in there. He said race, gender, sexuality. He threw the whole gambit of oppressed individuals in there. I was like, okay, I feel like you don't care about nothing. You just care about your people.
Mm-hmm. Stop messing with my people and let us
Right?
be. Basically.
Just let us chill. We on the same planet. Just let us chill. Let us do our thing. We really don't have to bother you. You don't got to bother us. That's what he said. He was like, we don't have to interact. Just understand it's a shared world.
Mm-hmm.
Understand we're here too.
We here. Exactly. We here. And we not going anywhere.
Yeah. Like, here's the thing. If Cap showed up on the show, I already know they'd have to put him in his place. And I would love to see that fight.
Yeah.
I'd love
He
to see
gonna
that
come in
fight.
there with his whole American speech and this and that and what's right and all that. Man, go sit your ass down.
He gonna be like, the humans have a right to have this fear, dude. You are almost a mutant. The only reason you're not a mutant is because they literally made a term for you.
Exactly, like, super soldier. Like,
super soldier.
You was made in a lab, sir.
Yeah, right. You're a test tube.
Like, they made you better.
So, like, yeah, I don't know. Like, it gets pretty close to some Red Skull type shit. When you really get down there, Red Skull and Captain America, when it comes to mutants, they ain't too far apart. They more like this. As you can tell, I don't really like Cap like that.
Yeah, we ain't no big Captain America.
We're not a big Cap fan.
Even though I love Chris Evans, made me put up with him because
Chris Evans did a good job with him.
Yeah, but I ain't never been a Captain America.
Before that, I wouldn't play him on none of the Capcom games, the Marvel Cap. I would never play him. No. I play Iron Man before I play him.
You know why? Because he's whack.
Stars and Stripes or whatever that movie did. He's like,
people probably gonna be like, "Oh, you hate Captain America because he's white." No, he's just whack.
No, he's look. They did a good job with Cyclops making a Boy Scout. Okay.
Yeah.
Because everything that I don't really like about Captain America and his Boy Scout, I like with Cyclops. Cyclops does a better job of having that. So it ain't even about him being a Boy Scout. It's just Cap just don't got it. He just don't got the juice,
and then
man.
Cap, because Cap is a do boy. Like he do what they tell him to do.
The only time he didn't do that was when he went rogue.
Yeah, and that happened like when after he found out that he was on the wrong side. Oh, that's when you gonna be a badass, bro. Think about it. Captain America always get his ass beat. That's why T'Challa granddaddy beat his ass, or his daddy in whichever version you reading. Bucky whooped his ass. Iron Man
Bucky
got some good licks in on him.
Out of his freaking mouth, man.
Like,
he whooped his ass. God damn.
Like, bro, because you always playing Mr. Nice Guy, and I could say, or no, let me talk to you. Bro, folks ain't trying to talk. They trying to give you them hands, bro.
That talking ain't gonna work because some people just don't want to. They just don't want to hear it, man. They like, man, this person right here, I don't like him because he was born with powers. Mm-hmm. And there ain't nothing you can say that's gonna make me change my mind. It's okay. I guess we're putting you in jail, whatever they put these people that are fear mongering people. I don't know. Like, I think Executioner was done pretty well though. He came in, he talked his mess, and he talked some talking points that were very shut up and just accept the way the things are in the world. We don't bitch about it. That's the difference between us. And I'm just like, but you should be. You honestly should be talking about it. Like, you mad at us because we talking about it. We put it out there. We telling you, hey man, we trying to just live and coexist. Rogue's like, hey man, I'm not trying to touch anybody. I got gloves on. I'm cool. I'm chilling. I'm contained. Or Sunspot is, hey, I'm not like those other.
I'm not even trying to be a mutant. I'm just trying.
I'm hiding my powers because I'm rich. You know.
Like I'm living a good life. I don't need to mess it up. Like.
Right. So I love. I can change him.
I just really love though that the whole show seems more like grown up. Like it went from being a kids cartoon to being something for us. Like it's still for kids, but it feels more grown up.
It's more mature.
It's very mature. And they even had them like going to the bar, having a beer, like Storm had a beer, Wolverine. I'm like, okay, cool. So this ain't the Saturday morning cartoons. It might get a little edgy soon. Right. I'm excited to see what's to come.
Me too.
You know, of course, you guys will be back to review the whole season. We just wanted to just do like a recap, first 3 episodes, just to give our early reactions to it because it's like, hey, this is something there and there. As you see, Dmitri has a shirt on. So we've been rocking with this since we were little ones. And now we in like our 30s. So it's cool to get to revisit it. It's a fresh new thing. And I personally, like Dmitri said, I'm enjoying it. And I'm really just in for the ride.
Yeah, agreed. Like, I think it's, and I see a lot of people talking about it, but it's like I'd say it's the best written project that Marvel's put out in a while, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like,
which is crazy. It's an animated show. I should tell y'all something.
The animation is the vehicle to tell these stories.
That should tell y'all something.
I'm just putting it out there. Maybe you should, we're focused on some animated stuff, get in there, get on the tail. Give us that Spider-Man, give us the Black Panther series, please. And shoot, I don't even know. What other characters would you want to see animated, like an animated show? Like what? Besides the ones we listed, because I'm trying to think.
Bring back Silver Surfer. That was a good show. The Hope was a good show.
I was thinking if they do them right. if they don't sideline him or make him like. I like the which one? What's the series that I like the Spider-Man series where he had a team. Do that, but or have a new. Oh, they did a New Mutants movie. So maybe they're not going to do a New Mutants show, but like, do a team show. Do it. Not a Fantastic Four has been animated way too much. We can let them go. Oh no, my headphones. Hold on.
The Fantastic Four, they'll never go away. By the way,
They've been doing them. They've been doing them so much that I'm just like, do another team. Not the Avengers, because the Avengers have been done. X-Men are being done right now. Give us anything. Anything else? Any other characters that we don't see a lot of? I'd take a War Machine show though. Like, give me a War Machine show. We got Iron Man already. Give me a War Machine show. Show us the guns, man. Show us the guy with the guns. Putting people on t-shirts.
We want to see it. We want to see it.
We want to see. Put it out in the universe, everybody.
Hopefully, like we saying, this will spark something good. Because even with, like you said, with What If, the second season of What If was good. So it's like the animation is picking up the piece. It's carrying it just a little bit. It's a breath of fresh air.
Yeah, like even in the Star Wars verse, the animated stuff is carrying. The Bad Batch is amazing. I love the fucking Bad Batch.
Which we will do. We will have a review on that soon. Yes,
yeah, because they talking about a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, yeah. Like I said, overall, if I'm gonna give it an early score, I'm almost going 10 out of 10, bro.
Yeah, I was feeling that last episode that they did, episode 3 was a 10 out of 10. That was a 10 out of 10 because being able to craftily do an entire saga in 20 to 30 minutes is an impressive flex. Okay. And the first 2 episodes they hit so well that I immediately wanted a third one. I was like, give me the rest of the season like now, because I was mad when the second episode ended. I was like, I was happy about it. I was mad at the same time.
I was just gonna say that. I was like, dang, I'm mad at Dmitri because he made me have to watch all of them so he could do a review. Like I'm happy to do the review for you guys and stuff, but
for sure.
I was like, dang it, now I don't have to. Now I have to wait another week. Right. I could just let them stack up, but I was like, nah, I gotta do my homework. But yeah, man,
I can't even let them stack up though.
Yeah, that just show you how good it is. When you just, hey, I'm tuning in every week. I'm there.
I'm setting aside some time to hit that, and because Wednesday is Bad Batch, but I hope this show gets like a couple good, like at least 5-ish seasons, like the original did. Build it, make it work.
Yeah.
Because I think this season is going to be Mr. Sinister, which I hope we crush that cockroach, man. I hope we just step on him, get rid of him, because I would make a resurgence of Apocalypse because he was just meme worthy in the first.
Yeah,
he said so much. He said so many. I was like, okay, Apocalypse.
He said some racist shit, man.
He did so, but I was like, you know what? You're a villain, though.
He's a real villain.
He's supposed to say that stuff.
This how you Apocalypse is a real villain. He don't like mutants or humans. Like he said, fuck everybody. Like all of y'all. Bow down to me.
He said, y'all are pawns, man. And when Magneto found that out, he was like, I ain't about to be doing this to my people. This is where we differ. Or we get I don't know what storyline. We can get fuck it. I'll take a Avengers versus X-Men storyline in there. Fuck it, throw them in there. Let's really see what's what. Let's really answer the question. Let's really settle the dust. Season 5, give me that. Put it way back there. Let a lot of stuff happen, build up to it. You can cameo in a couple of Avengers every so often just to set it up. But I'd take that. I'd take a animated version of that in this style. I'd take any I'd take any X-Men character in this style and the way they write them. I hope we're getting a Colossus resurgence because like they showed them. I'm hoping we're gonna get a Colossus.
I think we will. It's more. I feel there's more to come. It's a lot that's gonna happen. So,
I agree.
Here at the Square Round Table, I gave it a 10 out of 10. I'm sure Demetrius agrees.
And I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10 because that last, like I say, it was teetering on a 9.5. Like it wasn't bad, but it wasn't like it was. There's more to come. But the third episode was told me it was like 10 out of 10. I was like, yeah, it's a 10 out of 10 now. Like it went from 9.5 to 10 out of 10 with that last episode. And I feel like at the end of the season, I'm going to be giving this show, which I don't give a lot of shows 10 out of 10 because there's always something. But this
Yeah.
show already right now, even with Wolverine being annoying, I was like, it doesn't take
That's
away because
good,
Scott
yeah.
put him in his place immediately, and it made me okay. It
And I
made it
love
better.
it. I
He
love
put
it.
him in his
So
place every time. Oh my
yeah.
word. Okay, I'm not going to talk about that anymore because I talked about it way too much. But is there anything that we didn't talk about before we wrap it up? I think one thing I will mention before, I like that they set up like this doomsday kind of thing with Jean seeing like the mega mold or the mega mold. Am I saying it right? I think I'm saying it right. This sounds right. I'm tired. But with the with the big
Look, you see, I ain't answering because I was like, I know it's mega something.
mega mold. I think it's
Whatever you
mega
say.
mold because that's what it sounds. It sounds right. But
Mold
I'm
master something.
master
Yeah.
mold. Master mold. Master mold. There it is. Master mold.
Ah,
Found
we
it.
had to put
Rub
the
those
brains
brain
together.
cells together. Rub them little two brain cells together. Get it working. But I like that they made it seem like how big of a threat that is for it to keep going. And I like that maybe that's going to be something we see a little bit later, but in a different villain. Maybe it'd be Mr. Sinister doing that or something like that. Or maybe it'd be a whole different kind of guy. Or they might just bring him back. I'm cool with seeing them smash Sentinels another episode or so. I'm cool. Hey, I like the team ups where they're fighting them. But I can't wait for Storm to get back. That is what made the episode 3 really great, is that they immediately are bringing her back. Like immediately.
We know what we did. We not finna do that.
We ain't gonna do that to you guys.
We just had to give y'all some steaks or some.
We had to
Get
make
y'all on
Maggie
the edge
go
a
off
little
a little
bit.
bit. We had to make Maggie get mad and have a change of heart. We had to set that up. And he did give her props though. He said, "Hey, you're the closest thing to a goddess." So I already knew he was gonna be mad when she lost her power.
He said that I was like, yes. Yeah, for me it was dope because those are both of my favorite characters.
Yeah. I like his new look though. I like that he took off the helmet and he's like more long hair, arms out, him on the chest. I like all of the looks. I even like the basketball episode looks. Okay, let's get that out of the way because people had a problem with the basketball episode. I'm just like, I don't know.
It's the 90s. People gotta remember this show is still set in the 90s.
My boy, they're like, oh my gosh, Gambit, he's wearing a crop top. I'm like, it's the 90s, bro. That was
they wore
fashion.
That.
And that ain't even
playing basketball.
And that's not even like here's the thing. It's not even a bad thing. Like, why are we finding shit to complain about? Okay, why are we? Listen, I'm not getting onto this because I'm not getting on the morph thing, and we're gonna leave that whole entire tangent alone because people had a problem with morph. We're gonna leave that alone because I have no problem with it. Because I look at it the same way I look at Beast Boy and him changing in all those animals and him being a vegan because he changes into animals. The concept of gender and sexuality have no concept on morph. Why would it?
And we'll leave it at that.
Yeah, I mean, nip that in the bud because I had to just that shit irritated me when I saw that shit. I was like, really? But a team that's made of various different oppressed people, and you got a problem that there are people that are part of the gay community on the squad or on the team. Have we not learned anything from the 90s X-Men or the X-Men in general? Have we not? Are we still doing this? Let me wrap it up because another hour could go by me just getting on that shit. But the first 3 episodes, 10 out of 10 for me and 10 out of 10 for Marcus. We will be filming the rest of this when it comes out. I think it's going to end in like May or something. Like the series.
So that's around the same time as the Bad Batch.
So we're going to be doing 2 for yeah, and then we're gonna talk about the new Star Wars property too when it comes out. The
Acolyte,
because that's looking pretty good. We liked what we saw, but yeah. Anything else to say before we wrap it up?
Nah, man. I was gonna just say if you want to catch us in of our older reviews, Demetrius can give you the whole spiel on that. But this is a great show. I'm enjoying it. So this is our review on X-Men 97 on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
And what is it? It drops. New episodes drop what?
Every
Wednesday.
Every Wednesday.
So every Wednesday. If you ain't watching Abbott Elementary or if you ain't watching The Bad Batch, go catch you some X-Men 97.
And here's the thing, you should be watching all of those shows. They're amazing. Abbott Elementary is one of my favorite office type style shows. I don't know what to classify it as, so I say office style.
Yes.
But it's my favorite because it just has great writing and the characters are hilarious. We could do a review on that, to be very honest, at one point in time, because I like that show way too much. But that being said, you can find us on YouTube and the Square Round Table podcast. Click the right side of the video to be notified of this podcast and future ones after this. Leave us a comment about anything we talked about in this podcast. Who's your favorite X-Men? Who you didn't? How did you feel about the first 3 episodes? All right, who do you think is going to win in the big fight between the people we listed? Because we listed a couple of different good matchups here, but Team X-Men over here, understand when you get in the comments, we're going to defend. You can catch us on fandomlim.com, squareroundtablepod.fandomlim.com. It's a great site. You can catch us on Rap Nerd on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And follow us on our socials, our Instagram, used to be Facebook group, but you're not going to follow us there. We're going to work on some other stuff. We're getting a Discord soon.
Yeah.
We're getting a Discord soon.
Yes.
And follow us on X and possibly TikTok. We're working on both of those things, but more things to come. Okay.
Yes. More things to come. So we cooking up some stuff. Y'all will start seeing our faces a little bit more. So big ups. I just wanna give a shout out too, and congratulate Chad for becoming a candidate for his
doctorate.
His doctorate. So yes. Chad, when you see this, give me congratulations, big ups, man. That's a big step.
For sure. Yeah, that's a monumental step. We proud of you. We proud of you at the Square Round Table podcast. You already know that.
Yes, you already know that, but we gotta give you a shout out, my guy. And on that note, Dmitri, send us out.
All right, I'm your host, Dmitri.
I'm your host, Marcus.
And this has been the Square Round Table podcast, and we are out.
Deuces.